a letter and mailed it to the ATF yesterday about this ban on 5.45 by 39 ammunition. For those of you who don't know, the ATF can at any time just arbitrarily say, we're not going to allow you to bring this ammunition imported in because you have to ask permission to import ammunition. We've decided this ammunition is forbidden. Okay, and they don't need a reason why. They can just say you can't bring it in anymore. Well, this ammunition is the cheapest stuff out there. It's all bulk surplus from the 80s and 80s and so back from the old Cold War that the Russians pumped out, and we're buying it and shooting it for fun. Okay, so consider us Cold War disposal people here in America. We're getting rid of all this old nasty ammunition that the Soviets used to have in a harmless, fun way. It's kind of ironic, and I enjoy the thought of all the bullets designed to kill us we get to go have fun with now. But anyway, why did they ban this ammo after 20 years? It was because the ammunition has steel instead of lead at its core, because the Russians are cheap bastards. They basically melted down a bunch of slag steel from old cars and things like that and tanks, and were using it instead of lead because it was just available and cheap to make the middle of the ammunition out of steel. It's not a special penetrator round. It's not specially designed to penetrate. It just happens to be cheap to make, and it was something they had a lot of was this old slag. So anyway, the reason that it got banned was because somebody wanted to put it and make an AK-74 pistol. And as soon as you can have imported ammunition fired out of a pistol that has steel in it, it's considered armor piercing by their default rules. So in my letter, I made 2 points. One point is I didn't like the idea of this stuff not coming into America to be shot by law-abiding citizens because it's already made 20, 30 years ago. It's going to be sold at some point to someone, and if it's not sold to us, it's probably going to be sold to our enemies or people who are going to be warlords or commit genocides in Africa and other places. So it's not making the world a better place not to give it to us. It's making the world a worse place to force the Russians to sell it off to a bunch of a-holes. Okay, my second point that I made in the article was this stuff isn't technically armor piercing. And the idea behind that is this. If I take an AK-74 with the steel or with regular ammunition for it with lead in it, that is a rifle round, and it will cut through a cop's body armor like butter. Either round will cut right through body armor because it's designed to stop a .44 Magnum pistol. It's not designed to stop rifle rounds. Okay? Now, what body armor is designed to stop rifle rounds? That would be military-grade ceramic level 4 plate and military-grade armor on their vehicles. And guess what they're designed to stop? They're designed to stop all the old Russian ammo, because we specifically took old Russian ammo and designed our armor, our hard armor, to stop it. So we have an armor-piercing ammo that can't pierce any military armor. We have armor-piercing ammo that, if you don't have the armor-piercing version, will go right through a street cop's body armor. So my point to them was this ammunition creates no additional risk to our law enforcement domestically than the regular ammunition does, or any rifle ammunition for that matter does. You know, all my rifle ammunition is as much as a threat as this old Russian stuff, because it's designed to stop a pistol bullet, not a rifle bullet. So I put that in the letter and I sent it off to the ATF, and I don't know if it's going to do any good, but it made me feel better. I went to their website and sent it to their Washington, D.C. branch, to their public affairs division, just to let them know how I feel. I'm also going to call the NRA and ask them to put a lawsuit against it, because it is BS. It's not that big a deal. It's just, I don't like the fact that the ATF just arbitrarily, after 20 plus years, gets to pick and choose what can be done about ammunition coming into the country for some dumb, stupid reason that they get to arbitrarily pick. They did this with AK ammo in the 90s because of the crime bill, and it hasn't done anything to make the cops safer. In fact, some argue that it's less safe now, but I don't know anything about all that. That's just what I've heard. But, you know, it comes down to the fact that they're a government entity that is a bureaucracy that makes a whole bunch of rules that don't have anything to do really with reality. And that's the problem. They're not really doing this to save cops' lives. They're doing it because they can, and it's a way to justify their existence, which in a lot of ways, a lot of parts of the ATF, their expansion shouldn't exist. They should only have a specific role and a specific thing that they do. And I really don't think this, what they're currently doing by branching out and becoming this huge organization and trying to become this mega, like compete with the FBI type group, is a good thing, because they don't really stop criminals. They regulate law-abiding citizens like me who want to have fun with firearms. They're not going after killers, murderers, rapists, or anyone who does anything that's truly evil or bad in this world. They go after people who don't follow their rules and who don't pay taxes that they should to them. That is their job. They are the IRS as a paramilitary force, in my opinion, and I don't think that's cool. So, thanks. Have a good one.
Meep, meep.